love's for beginners. Ain't no winners, it slips through your fingers. I ain't telling no lies. So F all the drama, F the karma. Just do what you wanna. Promise you got time. Be you and keep looking forward. Don't you look backwards and you'll be fine. Come through and say what you need to. Don't let them put you down. Baby, let me tell you what it feels like. Being independent, no trouble inside. It's like magic, living like a bad bitch. 'Cause baby, you deserve the best in life. Let me tell you what it feels like. Being no mama, yeah, do yourself right. It's like magic, living like a bad bitch. 'Cause baby, you deserve the best in life. Come get your future. Know you wanna, she'll never betray ya. She ain't telling no lies. So break the glass ceiling, find your meaning, make truth out of dreaming. Yeah. Baby, let me tell you what it feels like. Being independent, no trouble inside. It's like magic, living like a bad bitch. 'Cause baby, you deserve the best in life. Let me tell you what it feels like. Being no one's mama, yeah, do yourself right. It's like magic, living like a bad bitch. 'Cause baby, you deserve the best in life. Be you and keep looking forward. Don't you look backwards and you'll be fine. Come through and say what you need to. Don't let them put you down. Baby, let me tell you what it feels like. Being independent, no trouble inside. It's like magic, living like a bad bitch. 'Cause baby, you deserve the best in life. Let me tell you what it feels like. Being no one's mama, yeah, do yourself right. It's like magic, living like a bad bitch. 'Cause baby, you deserve the best in life.
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
Sometimes it's that's more than financial.
well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So you know.
Hello, everyone, and happy New Year! Pinch punch, first day of the month. Right, before we get started, can everyone just confirm that you can hear me relatively well? I don't sound too glitchy. I don't sound like I'm under the water. And that we don't have too many issues with the sound. I do apologize for yesterday. I completely and utterly forgot that fireworks interfere with the Wi-Fi. And if you remember back, I think it was November 4th or 5th when I did a podcast, it was bonfire nights. And I actually had to cut it in half. I had to stop the podcast because it was so bad. And now I know for sure that it was the fireworks, because yesterday it was just awful. So I should have done it a lot earlier, but I forgot about that. So I will delete yesterday's episode, I'm afraid, because it was just so bad. But thank you so much for coming back today. And I can see that you're saying that the sound is all right. So thank you so much. And I hope everyone had very joyful and safe celebrations, whatever you did, whether you went out or whether you stayed in. And here we go, 2023 out here on these royal streets. Thank you so much, Church Nelly, for being a member for 5 months. And thank you to all of the members. I actually managed to get a CVS with all of your names. And here it is. Thank you all so much. Thank you to the members. Thank you to the mod squads. And thank you to everyone who is so kind and generous as always. I would not be able to come on here every single day without you. Thank you, Sylvia Fielder, for the coffee. I just saw that. You are incredible. And I think this year is going to be 10 times more amazing than anything we've seen from the Sussexes. Yes, the drama and mess will be there. And you know what? Let's take it in stride and laugh, because we know it's because the haters are panicking. And you know what? Let them panic. And we'll have a good old laugh about it. Right. Let's get this show on the road. Welcome, everyone. If you just come in, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, please. So, just to recap from yesterday, because I didn't really get to discuss it because of the sound issues. Yes, Jason Knauf was given New Year's honor. And what can we say about this other than WTF? Because it's like they're not even trying to hide how corrupt they are. Jason Knauf must know something. And there's been some very interesting theories that I will not delve too much into here as to why the internet streets have been theorizing some interesting things. That Jason Knauf is Charles's Mr. Fawcett. And there are things about Charles and Mr. Fawcett I didn't know the streets had been talking about for a while. But so that we don't get Tasha Cade, I won't talk about that here. But I guess it's is this keep your enemies closer? Because I don't know if Jason Knauf is actually an enemy to William and Kate and the firm. Or just make sure that you have a lapdog that you can order around easily close at all times. Because Jason Knauf, it would appear, is willing to do literally anything and everything for these people, and they are rewarding him well. You would honestly think that after everything with the Netflix documentary, and now that knows, to the point where there was a whole segment in that documentary where they were talking about, you know, the fact that it was Jason Knauf that helped the Daily fail. And, you know, you heard Meghan and Mandana say, Harry, it's your brother. It's your brother that gave him the go-ahead to try and mess up the Daily Fail court case. So it really begs the question, what really is going on behind the scenes here? There's got to be so much more mess than what we know about. I really do think now this is beyond just any, you know, alleged Rose Bush antics, alleged pegging antics. I'm really starting to think, like, the more they do things like this, I'm starting to think, what else do we not know? How much more worse is it than what we do know? Because what we do know is pretty juicy, or as one UK reporter said on a TV show, pretty fruity. I don't know if I played that clip. There's that clip that was going around where they were talking about the royals. Like these were some UK commentators sitting on a round table, and one of the guys was like, "Oh, there's some pretty fruity secrets about Prince William," and then one of the guys said, "Oh yeah, but nothing we can talk about here. Nothing we can talk about here." And then there was another lady on the panel who was like, "Oh, hello, lawyers. So, like, y'all, there's something else going on, like, beyond just the gossip that is on the streets. There is some gossip that has not made the streets yet. And maybe I don't even want to know what that's about because uh, these people, they be up to some shady things. And speaking of shady things, Prince Andrew. So when Lizzie paid off that 12 mil to silence Virginia Giuffre, part of the agreement was that she was not to talk, but it was only for a period of time. And now that gag order is about to expire in a few weeks. So how candid she will be? Will she talk about any other incidences, other victims, albeit anonymously, not using their names? But will she talk about other things that went on with other girls? Will she name drop other powerful men? And it says here that the Duke of York is braced for his S-abuse accuser to return to the public eye as a gagging order signed by both parties is lifted in February. Andrew paid millions to settle a civil case with Virginia Giuffre earlier this year, securing a deal that bought him just 1 year of silence. So just, I guess they just wanted enough that they could get through the year, and hopefully people would maybe forget or not talk about it, or they could distract with other things. However, that agreement will come to an end within weeks, meaning that Mrs. Guthrie, who now lives in Australia with her husband and children, will be once again likely to be free to talk about the years of abuse she suffered at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein, the convicted ex-offender. Well, now dead convicted ex-offender. It raises the prospect that she could resume television interviews or even write a book. Well, I hope she tells all and tells everything. Right, to your comments before we continue. Happy New Year if you're just joining the chat. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, Anita. They need someone on the ground in the US, and Jason Knauf is the person, I guess so. To do all his spinning. I mean, they can spin all they want, but all they're doing is putting their energy into dark places instead of creating light. And that's what Harry and Meghan do through all of their projects. And all they're doing is they're trying to dig a grave for Harry and Meghan, well, they're digging one for themselves. So to CC us to basically get Harry, basically get to Harry really bad. William is a dangerous brother and has been since they were growing up. Well, unfortunately, I don't think they really actually raised them as brothers. I think Diana tried to, but the firm had other ideas. Hemi fan, Jason could remind Will that he knows where the metaphorical bodies are buried. Also, doesn't Fruity imply, well, playing for the other team? Well, something tells me we will find out one day. Something tells me we'll find out one day. And you know what? I honestly wouldn't care if A, Meghan hadn't been thrown to the wolves, and B, my taxpayer money wasn't paying for this nonsense. And I wouldn't care at all. Jasmine P, that's a steep amount for just 1 year of silence. They really needed that Jubilee to go well. Yes, they did. They needed the Jubilee to go well, so that the pomp and pageantry could distract the masses, while pomp and pageantry was followed by stupidly high gas and electric bills. They should have thought about that. Black Queen, you said they are getting more and more trapped in their CD dealings. They certainly don't have the moral compass to free themselves. No wonder they are raging against the free couple, Has and Meg. Yes. Absolutely raging. Right. There's a psychic going around. The tabloids has been interviewing, and he's made all types of weird predictions. He says that Prince Andrew is going to have an accident, and that I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to give him that much attention. But he said that Prince Andrew is going to have an accident, that Kate would do something that would make her the new star of the royals. What else did he say? He also said that he said that Harry and Meghan would break up. Nonsense. So I think that 2023 is going to be the year of the tarot readers and psychics. The body language experts are getting old, so now we're going with the tarot readers and the psychics. And let me just say now, warning to everyone, the whole when they go low we go high, nope. When they go low, I get in a submarine and go to the depths of the ocean and throw eggs, because enough is enough for 2023. Kenneth, the hole that William is digging for Harry and Meghan, he will fall in it. Indeed. Right. I actually think, okay, let me make some, before I go into the next thing, let me make some predictions. I think that Kate will be keening again. Who was it that said that? Yeah, Church Nelly. Kate will be keening again. I think that they're going to try their hardest to outshine Harry and Meghan, and in their desperate attempts, they are going to do something that is going to backfire spectacularly. Like the Caribbean tour, but 10 times more embarrassing. I think that there's going to be a lot of drama with the coronation, because there's that whole thing with the stone that they want to take from Scotland. They can't just leave it alone. And I do think that, if Charles wants his fancy stone for his fancy coronation, he's going to have his fancy stone. He's already taken the Prince of Wales title and given William and Kate Wales titles, even though half of Wales is saying absolutely not. So yeah, let's piss off Scotland with the stone. I think there's going to be a lot of drama around the coronation. I actually think also, in my predictions for 2023, I think we will see Meghan, but I think we'll actually see a lot more of Harry. I think this is really going to be like Harry's year to reclaim who he is. And of course, we are only now 9 days away from Spare. Feels like only yesterday we had the announcement. And this year we have Invictus in September. And I think this is going to be the biggest Invictus that we've seen ever. I think it's a 50,000 seater arena. In fact, the last Invictus was actually relatively humble, I would say, in comparison to what we've seen some of the earlier Invictus games. So I think they're really going to pull out the stops this year. Right. Go to your comments before you go to the next thing. Tiger Hub. Will Kate do actually start working? Which is going to have to start working, because another prediction that I have is that there is going to be a lot more scrutiny about the amount of work with the small W that the royals actually do. And when you look at the charts and look at how much, Kate did in comparison to the Queen, who was old and ill. Queen Elizabeth at 120 engagements in 8 months, averaged 15 engagements per month. Kate's at 138 engagements in 12 months, averaged 11.5 engagements per month. The 96-year-old sick queen did more work than the 40-year-old healthy woman. Yes. So I think there's going to be a lot more scrutiny about exactly how much work they actually do. Work with a small W. Because we know that work is mostly just a smile here
sorry
and
we can
there.
only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it's lots more than financial.
well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So
Right, just a reminder before we go on to the leading story, please don't forget to watch Live to Lead. 7 episodes in total. I have not started watching it. I will start watching it tomorrow and get back to you about what I think about all of the episodes. All right. But don't forget to go and watch it. From what I've been hearing so far, people feel very, very inspired by it. And it's been a great way to end. It was a great way for them to end 2020 and start 2023 with something so inspiring to watch. All right. Okay, I think that is all with those. So we'll go into the main story. Right, over in Norway, where we apparently have a little bit more sense, King Harald has spoken out about the racism his future son-in-law, Durek Verrett, has faced. In a new statement calling the abuse something the Norwegian royal family strongly opposes. As part of a longer statement officially ending Princess Martha Louise's royal duties, she will retain her title but will step back from responsibilities and relinquish her patronages. King Harold dedicated a section to condemn the racism experienced by Verrett since he became romantically involved with the princess. Oh gosh, this one is being blocked by something on my screen. Hang on a sec. Let me get it up on my phone. Be a bit easier for me to read. Sorry, folks. Give me one sec. Okay, we want a society where there is room for each and everyone in a generous community and where we meet each other with respect. This applies both in our close relationships and in the larger society we create together, the king said. The Norwegian royal family, King Harald said, is rooted in safeguarding the trust of the Norwegian people while also balancing the needs of the family, but that the boundaries of what one can say and do while representing the royal family have been questioned and challenged. And this is why his daughter's role and titles have been something-fied, or basically, I guess, changed. Sorry, the word is being blocked by something there. He goes on to say it can be difficult to understand how direct or indirect, conscious or unconscious racism can be experienced for those of us who are not in it ourselves. Unfortunately, there are many in Norway today who experience discrimination and racism. We must work together to put an end to this. Discussing the role Norway plays in the conversation, King Harald said that the country and its people have created a society built on knowledge and research and on freedom of expression and on a steady expansion of the Norwegian. We as our society has become more diverse and that it is important that the country continues this work. Miles away, completely and utterly miles away from the Windsors and their cold, cold selves. I mean, what do you even say to that? Other than, thank you, sir, for at least making a statement. And you know, everything that was said right there could just be PR fluff. But the fact that he said it with such conviction does send a message. And it definitely sits in contrast to the way the British royal family have behaved. And so now I hope this does turn more attention to the way that Meghan has been treated by her own family. And that she wasn't, as she said, thrown to the wolves, fed to the wolves. Right. That is pretty much all I had to say. The usual spin leading up to any Sussex related project has already started. You know, they've been posting articles like, I think, was it this one? Yeah, details of Prince Harry's bombshell book spare leak. William and Kate to get the brunt of the hate. Nobody has seen that book. Absolutely no one. It's all just yeah, it's all just fake. You know, somebody in this article saying everything is laid bare. Charles comes out of it better than I expected, but it's tough on William in particular, and even Kate gets a bit of a broadside. You know, they're claiming, you know, a source goes on to declare a source. The sources again. Which sources? Which sources? From who? Who's seen the book? No one's seen the book. So expect this in the lead up to Spare coming out, as we do with every Sussex related project. There's going to be this, and especially in the day or two before the book comes out. Oh, goodness knows what they're going to throw out. Goodness, I wouldn't be surprised actually if they get another Jeremy Clarkson type to say something completely outrageous. Like, they are going to do everything to distract. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they got someone to come out and say something like, I don't know, like William's other crazy godfather to say like the Ku Klux Klan should be brought back or something. Just something really outrageous to try and distract and deflect. That seems to be the way that they're going now. Because how much more worse can these people act, especially after the Jeremy Clarkson thing? It's like, what else can you possibly say? Anywho, nonetheless, very much looking forward to Harry's book and to finally getting to watch Live to Lead. I'll be doing that tomorrow on my flight. But I will end with your comments and we'll call it a day. One of my other aims for this year is to get through the news and podcasts with a little bit more speed, just because I want podcasts to be a little bit shorter. I know everybody has their own individual style, but I know that some of you do kind of struggle to keep up with everybody's podcasts. Don't feel like you have to keep up with everybody's podcasts. Some, you know, I do pick and choose which days I watch whose podcast, and just watch who resonates with you the most. We're all here to support the Sussexes, but I will be trying to make my podcast a little bit shorter. All right, let's get through your comments, then we'll call it a day. Giancarlo thought Michelle was the president's wife. She had to go high. We don't. Yeah, we don't. when they go low, we throw eggs. That's my saying. Vanessa, the book is a bestseller, and the next documentary is on Netflix. Yes. Mary H. You can't keep going high. Why are the tarot readers' prediction always bad for the Sussexes and good for the other? Exactly. I don't believe it. This is going to be the year of tarot readers. The body language experts just aren't cutting it anymore. They've got to move onto something else. Like how is and I think that was in the Mirror? How is a newspaper asking tarot readers? Like, really? MAGA work, dressing pretty, waving their hand, giving short speeches. That's the work they do. Yeah, give me a break. Jasmine P. Princess Anne is really hustling though. Do you know what? She is hustling, but all that hustling, no impact. What does she do? Over 200 engagements? No impact. Can you name a single engagement she did? A single patron she's attached to? Anything that came out of any of those events? I'd be interested to know if anybody can. Please let us know. Well, Trader CC, I reckon J. James, their usual body language expert, has given up. The retainer is now the tarot card reader's upper hand. I saw a US report psychic reader scamming millions thrown in jail. Wow. Wait, how can hmm. How I'll be interested to know, Trader CC, how did they get the psychic reader? Because usually when you go on these psychic reading, Wicca, I'll do a spell for you kind of websites and stuff, right? There's like a disclaimer. So can you sue someone? Is that scamming? Is it scamming someone if you believe in like astrology, if you believe in like psychics or whatever? Can you claim that they were scamming you? That's an interesting one. Grace, check on the young living Nostradamus 36 Athos Salome future proclaimed teller from Mexico and read his predictions. The remarks are not good at all about Meghan and Harry. Well, they're never going to be because they're chasing for clicks. So anything negative related to Harry and Meghan is going to get clicks. But it's interesting that all of these tarot readers and mind readers have been at this for years, and everything they said that was going to happen to Harry and Meghan seems to be happening to all the people that are going after Harry and Meghan. They've got nothing to say about people who want Harry to be thrown off a balcony and then end up breaking their backs. They've got nothing to say about that. They've got nothing to say about people who had a niggling feeling about Harry and Meghan's engagement, but now those same people are divorced. They've got nothing to say about the women who sit there day in, day out and go on about how miserable Harry's life must be, but they're the ones who are getting separated and divorced. So yeah, bring on the tarot readers, bring on the mind readers. It'll be a fun year. MAGA 2020 King Charles should pay his inheritance tax like the rest of our citizens. He absolutely should. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. I will think that the royals will try to attempt to appear to be doing more, but they're so tone deaf often that it backfires. It's like Edward and Sophie bringing in a picture when they went to the Caribbean. You bring a picture of yourself while we're trying to have a conversation about, you know, reparations, about fairer trade, about just trying to be equals. You bring a picture of yourself to a political leader. Yes, Jalen, props to the Norwegian king. Alrighty, who's going to get the last word of the day? I believe that Baron is on in half an hour. Thank you so much, Alan Vernon. Why did they call her Lady Diana instead of Princess Diana? Is Lady like? I guess Lady is a lesser title than Princess, so maybe a way of trying to bring Diana down a peg. I don't know. Because technically, after she divorced Charles, she wasn't a princess, right? But I don't know. I continue to call her Princess Diana, and most people do. But I don't have a direct answer to that question. My only guess is just because she was divorced from Charles. Dr. Dre, longer, not shorter, please. Okay, I'm gonna give you shorter, and then if you want longer podcasts, Baron usually does much longer podcasts than me. You can go hang with Baron if you want really long podcasts. And I do usually actually put Baron's podcast on in the background, like when I'm doing stuff in the evening. All right, who's gonna get the last word of the day? Oh, Georgia Walker, thank you so much for the super sticker. Happy New Year to you. LA, when will they ever figure out their outrageous ploys make them look more desperate and stupid every time? I hope they never figure it out. I think I might run out of material if they ever figure it out. I pray for more foolery in 2023. As long as they stay out of Harry and Meghan's business, they can continue with all the amount of foolery they want. Oh, you said the Young Turks covered the psychic scammer. Okay, I'll have a look at that. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Andrea Allen, for the super sticker. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you. Chosen to be his shorter but power packed info. Yes, that's actually what I'm going for. Thank you. Like you've vocalized what I was trying to say earlier. Shorter but power packed with info. Yes. All right, Gail, I will give you the last word of the day. Happy New Year, everyone. Be safe, take care of your health, and prosper. Amen to that. And I will see y'all. Will I see y'all tomorrow? Will I see you all tomorrow? Because I'm gonna be so busy too. Okay, I might see you in the evening. And then on Tuesday, I should see you again in the evening if I'm not too tired from traveling all day. All right. See y'all tomorrow. Ciao.
Love's for beginners, ain't no winners. It slips through your fingers. I ain't telling no lies. So F all the drama, F the karma. Just do what you wanna. Promise you got time. Be you and keep looking forward. Don't you look backwards and you'll be fine. Come through and say what you need to. Don't let them put you down. Baby, let me tell you what it feels like. Being independent, no trouble inside. It's like magic, living like a bad bitch. 'Cause baby, you deserve the best in life. Let me tell you what it feels like. Being no mama, yeah, do yourself right. It's like magic, living like a bad bitch. 'Cause baby, you deserve the best in life. Come get your future. Know you wanna, she'll never betray ya. She ain't telling no lies. So break the glass ceiling, find your meaning, make truth out of dreaming. Yeah. Baby, let me tell you what it feels like. Being independent, no trouble inside. It's like magic, living like a bad bitch. 'Cause baby, you deserve the best in life. Let me tell you what it feels like. Being no mama, yeah, do yourself right. It's like magic, living like a bad bitch. 'Cause baby, you deserve the best in life. Be you and keep looking forward.
ever heard of in my life.
You're here, literally on the street, arguing about Meghan Markle. She's here successful. She's here successful. She's here successful.